In November of 2023, the Swell pod took a 10-day journey across 5 states, traveling 3,580 miles with one challenge in mind.
And that challenge was to interview 100 pleasantly rebellious humans to uncover deep truths about what it takes to create something that has never existed before, challenge the status quo, maybe even change the world.
This is the Kiln Road Trip, created and produced by the Swell pod.
In partnership with Kiln, Moterra Camper Vans, and sponsored by Taurus.
I'm Spencer McKeown.
And I'm Josh Taylor, and together we're the co-hosts of the Swell pod and your guides on the Kiln Road Trip. Follow along on the journey.
Be sure to subscribe to the podcast, follow the Swell pod on social media, and subscribe to your YouTube channel at, you guessed it, the Swell pod.
This is interview 84 of the Kiln Road Trip, and today we're at a pit stop in Venice Beach, California on our journey from Portland, Oregon to Southern California. Walking Venice Beach, we ran into Stones, a t-shirt and fashion designer at his company, DOTC. Don't overlook the community. There was something about our journey and the theme of community that we kept finding over and over again in all of our interviews that we found it fitting that we ran into Stones and invited him to be on the podcast. Thankfully, he agreed. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. We hope you enjoy. Can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you?
Hi, my name's Stone, or Denston as like my general name if y'all want to talk to me. What I do is I highlight the human experience through abstract art, and then I put it on clothes so people have a different way to express themselves. My clothing brand is called Don't Overlook the Community, and to me, community means that we all are one people, even though we have our own vastly different lives from each other.
That's interesting. And what caused you to start the clothing brand?
So ever since I was younger, like when I was 13, 14, I've always been into fashion. I've always wanted to dress better. I always want to come outside and give myself a different type of style. But I never really understood why. And then when I started to grow older and get a little bit wiser and understand things a little bit differently, I wanted to feel important a little bit. I wanted to feel like special about what I had going on. I wanted something to be special about what I had on in general. And then I wanted to basically give people that experience too, so people could feel the same way that I wanted to feel when I was younger and feel the same way that they want to feel and express themselves through what they have on.
Love that. What about expression and feel, like that feeling that you felt? I think that's really powerful.
Yeah.
Spencer actually right here, he was really into fashion when he was younger, creating his own clothes.
Yeah, but didn't do anything since, but I loved it. Making denim jackets out of denim jeans, like from thrift stores, sewing. And then
Working like that.
did you?
Yeah, I have a friend, his name is Justin Banks. His brand is called JJ Banks on Instagram if you want to go find it. We do have a lot of collab posts together, so if you go on there, you'll see it too. And then that's what I kind of do as well. If you look on my Instagram, there's a lot of people that are on there and a lot of models that are on there, and a lot of places that we go to is places that have black ownership, or people that I know from my community, or people that I grew up with from school, and then they're all into different stuff that correlates with what I want to do now. So it all kind of comes full circle at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's amazing. Ooh. And the name Don't Overlook the Community. Yeah. What about the Don't Overlook part of that? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
It's more or less me wanting people to focus on what's going on, me wanting people to understand what they have going on, or whatever is taking place around them. Just kind of take a look at it. Don't ever let it pass by. Don't ever let it feel like it's just this, it's just that, or it doesn't really matter, because everything does matter at the end of the day, because everything can affect you and anything can affect you.
Yeah, it's interesting. And do you live here?
Yeah, I live in Los Angeles. I'm from South Central originally, and that's where I stay at now. And then my parents are from Jamaica, I believe, so I have a different background, and I see the world a little bit differently because they are Caribbean, and I have been in the Caribbean before.
Yeah. That's amazing. And building your clothing brand, what's been maybe a challenge that you faced trying to kind of get it off the ground?
Right now, the toughest thing for me is just marketing and trying to get people to see what I have going on, because I know I have an interesting message. I know I have interesting pieces. I know I have people that want to support, but not everybody has a lot of money to just dish out on the brand or just give you this and give you that. Yeah. So I really just am looking into trying to market myself better and find a different way to show people what I have going on, so they don't have to really try and find me, and then I could just show myself to them. So it's hard for me to do that right now because I'm such a small brand, and I'm one individual, so I'm finding different people to help me with that, and finding my friends to repost my stuff and have my link in their bio for my clothing brand and everything like that.
Yeah. What are people saying about it?
Right now, I have a lot of people talking about like wanting to get it and they love what's going on. They like seeing it. Everybody watches it a lot because a lot of people like to watch. People love to watch things. People love to watch short clips. People love to look at your stuff and admire it. But not everybody could buy it, or not everybody is gonna buy it right off the bat. So they have to see other people in it. And right now I'm trying to put my stuff in places to where it's gonna get seen by a lot of people. And I'm still working on it right now, for the most part. Yeah.
What do you find works right now, like in terms of getting it out there? What are you seeing that is working for you?
Right now, for me, it's just posting, like just trying to consistently post. Running ads is a good method to do too, but it's also expensive, and I work a part-time job, so it's like I can't really do it all the time. But when I do have a little money to do it here and there, I might run like a little $7 ads for a couple of days, or run this amount of ads for like $100 for like probably like 2-3 days. Yeah. And then that's how you get most of your likes, your views, and everybody coming in because people are seeing it and like, oh, this is interesting. Da, 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 da. And then you run them on TikTok and on Instagram at the same time, or you could do one every now and again.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 18.
No way, 18. Yeah, it's good stuff.
That's great. You're just scratching the surface, right? You got a little time. You got time. You want to move quickly though, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep I don't like staying stagnant. I hate staying stagnant because then it makes me feel like I'm just doing the same thing. So I always try different stuff with my brand. I always am into looking into different stuff. Not everything is made the same way and not everything is done the same way. Like I said, you don't want to ever overlook something because then it may be the key to something else in your life. That could be something on your path, something on your journey that you're looking towards making and doing.
Yeah. What inspiration or what inspires you, I guess?
Yeah. Mainly just me seeing what everybody else has going on and me wanting to just do better for myself, do better for my family, do better for my friends. Because once I have a good position, I'm gonna be able to put my people in good positions.
Yeah. That's great. And then maybe what's been the most exciting moment for you as you've been building your brand?
The most exciting moment was when I started it. Because I've just been telling myself for like a year. When I got my first job last year, like my first real genuine job last year, I was just working, and I was like, I'm finna start the brand as soon as I get enough money. I'm finna start the brand. I'm gonna start the brand. It's just me in the back of my head just thinking about it, because this is what I've been wanting to do. And now that I'm actually able to accomplish my goals and move forward with what I want to do, it made me just feel way better. And then I watched a lot of inspirational videos to keep me kind of keyed in and kind of focused on what I got to do, so that it like inspires me basically at the same time as me watching it. Yeah, I lost track of my whole.
That's all good, man. That's all good. Yeah. No, it's all good. All good.
We should connect you with one of our guests.
Yeah. You want to?
Trey.
Yeah, you can talk.
Yeah. What was that?
Who's Trey?
One of my daughter's friends, he plays college basketball, and he goes home after these big games and he sews. And he just sews and he's started to get into like where some of these celebrities or other people were like, can you make me something? And so like maybe he could be a good mentor. I mean, he's early in the stage too. Maybe he's 2 or 3 years ahead of you, but he'd be cool. Let's introduce you.
Trey. You gotta link up, bro. What's going on, man?
He's in Utah.
Tap in, Trey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Trey, this is me right here. My Instagram right here, Trey.
I like it.
Hold on. Don't pull it away. Get that in focus real quick. Is it in focus?
Yeah, try to do it. I wouldn't know.
Where do you get all your t-shirts? Like,
Yeah. So
locally?
Not locally.
I just
very
curious that.
expensive to get it done locally.
All right, one sec. Okay.
It's very expensive to get it done locally, but what I do is I work with a print-on-demand company, and then I find the best fabrics that they have, and then I use those to have the higher quality prints on them. So everything is DTG. Nothing is done DTF, because that's direct to fabric. I don't like how it feels when it's on top of the fabric. Yeah. It feels like an extra layer, and it feels cheaper, because then you can just break it easily. It's not going to last as long.
That's interesting. So the one question that we like to ask everybody that we have on this podcast out of these 100 people is, what does it take to create something that never existed before, in your opinion?
What it takes to create something that never existed before is just a lot of time to yourself. I feel like you have to have a lot of time to yourself just to think and correlate and not really give your focus on one thing too much or too many things. Because if I heard this before, if you are a master of too many, you're a master of none. Or you're not a master of one or a master of none because you know too much or you're trying to learn too much at one time. Yeah. So it's always hard for people to do that or get into that or trying to figure out what's going on with them personally before they can actually get into that. But I always choose to meditate and try and focus on what I have going on personally or emotionally before I go into the depths of my brand or go into the next steps of my design. Because I have people that make designs for me. I know people that do art. My little brother does art. He's an artist. He's about to be one of the greatest artists in the world. I know that. I can feel that in my heart. So I'm always investing in him as well as investing in myself because I want to see him be successful too, along with everybody else around me.
Family's a big thing for you.
Yeah, because that's my community. That's my main community. That was my first community before anybody else. And then I built my own little one with my friends and everything. But those are the people that's going to support you. They don't have the mixed emotions about what you're starting to do. But when they see you actually getting into it and being serious about it and going places to try and figure out this or learning this or trying to figure out what type of sewing machine you need to get or figure out who you need to talk to learn how to sew, and then you working with your friends or you're getting stuff set up or paying a photographer $300. This is like they understand that you care about it and they see that you care about it, so they're going to care about it with you as well. And then my parents they're helpful because they do share my stuff. They do tell people about it. They let their friends know, their coworkers know, whoever else they can, and it's cool for me. And then whenever I need help or assistance, I always have my friends too that are backing me up. Shout out Noah, I love you, bro. Shout out Noah, shout out Ian, shout out my brother Jerry, shout out my girlfriend. Hell, I know.
Before we get into the rest of the episode, we want to thank the partners and sponsors who made the Kiln Road Trip possible. The Kiln Road Trip is brought to you by Kiln. Kiln is a boutique co-working and flex office community with 13 locations in 6 states across the West, dedicated to providing innovative workspaces that empower your team to thrive. Whether you're a solo visionary or an enterprise-level team of up to 100, Kiln transcends being merely a place to work. It's a hub for learning and connecting with like-minded professionals that will make you and your team love where you work.
And if you haven't stepped foot inside a kiln yet, you really need to. On this road trip, we visited every single location, and trust us when we say once you see these beautifully designed spaces, meet the talented team, and connect with fellow members, you won't want to work anywhere else.
Locations include Utah, Colorado, Idaho, Oregon, California, and Arizona. And they're growing too, with multiple locations set to open in 2024.
Yeah, so be sure to check out the kiln locations nearest you by booking a tour at kiln.com and answer Swell in the question, how did you hear about us? Once you complete the tour, you'll be entered into a competition where you could win a 1-year membership, their club membership at Kiln.
Yep, you heard that. That's kiln.com, book a tour, and be sure to mention Swell in the question, how did you hear about us?
The Kiln Road Trip is also brought to you by Moterra Campervans, a luxury campervan rental company for iconic road trips. Their top-of-the-line vans are available at 7 locations located near America's best outdoor adventure destinations. They have consistently earned the highest customer ratings in the industry, making Moterra Campervans your gateway to adventure without sacrificing on comfort or service.
That's true, and initially we wanted to take this journey in a 1960s VW bus, but thankfully we found Moterra instead. With 3 van options, we took the Pop Top Classic, which sleeps 4 and is best for those who want to maximize floor space and storage. This was critical for us because it needed to sleep the entire crew, we needed space to edit, and we were traveling with large amounts of equipment, luggage, and other goodies that we picked up along the way.
And this van took us through all 3,580 miles of the trip. Super comfortable and sweet to drive.
And actually, Moterra offers fully planned itineraries if you'd rather leave the planning to someone else.
Visit gomoterra.com/swell. That's gomoterra.com/swell.
This episode is also brought to you by Taurus. Taurus is leading the charge in home energy storage. Taurus makes it easy to achieve energy independence and a greener tomorrow. The Taurus station provides everything you need to generate clean power, efficiently store electricity, and easily manage your energy use.
And installing a Taurus station offers plenty of benefits, including save money on your electricity bill,
also ensure energy security with backup power during outages,
reduce carbon emissions with renewables.
You can also automate EV charging and HVAC systems with 100% renewables.
And enjoy unrivaled system monitoring and support.
If you like the sound of those benefits, get a quote to build your tourist station in less than 30 seconds. Super easy at Taurus.co. That's TORUS.co. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of the Kiln Road Trip. Be sure to follow along on the rest of the journey, and you can do that in two ways. One, subscribe to the podcast, whether you're listening on Apple, Spotify, or maybe even watching on YouTube, and follow along on all of our social media platforms, whether you're on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or TikTok, at the Swell Pod. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next episode.